Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Dalen. You can call me Dale, you can call me whatever you want to call me. So in this channel we're going to be doing something really fun, I think. We're going to be taking old consoles that I find in weird places or flea markets, pawn shops, whatever. We're going to buy them, we're going to clean them up, get them working again if they don't. In some cases we're going to mod them. Whether that be a soft mod, hard mod, things like that. So to start this channel off, I picked up a PS1. It is just the shell, or not the shell, but just the system itself. It also came with the box. Let me see if I can get in there. It is this box. This is a DualShock console. But I don't know for sure if this is the correct console to go in that box, because it does have the parallel port, which was used for modding, and I know that was phased out at some point, so not really sure. But anyway, we're going to get into it. I'm going to clean up this system, and we're going to take it apart, clean out the insides, and see if we can really get this thing to shine. And at the end of the video, we are going to test it to see if it works. So sit back, take a look at what we're doing. I don't know. I just thought this would be a fun channel, and I enjoy taking these old systems apart. I like collecting them. I just recently got back into it after about 9 years ago when we found out my wife was pregnant. I got rid of my collection and my game room in order to give my son a room, and the extra money helped. So now he is about to turn 9 in a few months, and it's time for me to start my collection over. So here we are. Alright, so we'll flip that thing back over. I think that's how you do this. I'm going to move this out of the way because it's getting in my way. I'm probably going to mess up along the way doing these things. Wow. A lot of dust in there. Don't know how well that comes off. It's just kind of blowing around. I do have a DualShock controller that I picked up as well, but it's kind of crusty as well. So we're gonna go over that too. First look inside the system here. It does not look that bad. It is kind of caked over here a little bit. I would imagine up under this it's going to be in pretty bad shape. In order for me to continue, I need to take some photos. I take pictures of everything I do to make sure I can get everything back exactly how it goes. So I don't know. I really appreciate anybody that's watching. I'll tell you that. I know there's a lot of retro restoration channels out there, but I appreciate it if you're taking the time to watch me. Sorry, I wanted to pause that to make sure I wasn't damaging that ribbon cable. Yep. I've never gotten this deep into a PS1 before, so I just want to make sure I'm not destroying it. What's real funny is you guys may not ever even hear this. I might end up fast forwarding through a lot of this. So who knows? Trying to be very gentle here. seen many people break these plugs. Not this one specifically, but it's not something I want to do. There we go. Perfect. Alright. So now we're going to set this laser aside. This first video of mine is probably going to be really raw and real and, you know, maybe not exactly the most watchable. But it will be real life. I will tell you that. PS1 seems to be pretty simple, all things considered. Let's snap us a photo of that. Put this controller port out. Yeah, at the end of the video, we'll test it, see if it works. I'm not sure if it worked or not. I did not test it before taking it apart. I just thought that would kind of ruin the fun, because I was going to check it either way and take it apart either way. So, with that being said, plus I didn't want to plug it in because I was going to be messing with the power supply over here. And if you're not aware, you should never do anything with the power supply after it's been plugged in. You gotta wait. I didn't really want to wait, so I didn't wait. There we go. It's crazy how simple these are. You know, much more simple back in the day. You try pulling a PS5 or an Xbox Series X apart right now. See how far you get. It would be nerve-wracking. I don't know if you can see that or not, but our fuse is good, which is very good news. Alright, I'm going to set our power supply over here out of the way, along with the mounting screws for that. Alright, so also I'll set our controller port over here as well. Alright, now let's get the laser out of the way too. We will clean the laser real good. After all of this is said and done with. So. That's odd. Very odd. Need to be sure not to try to put screws where they don't go here. There are several spots where they are not, and it looks like they would. It's a great way to destroy your board. Alright. You know, the reason I decided to do a PS1 is it's just complicated enough, it's not anything crazy. It's not like, overly complicated or anything like that. It's just enough to make it fun, and be a little challenging, but not enough to cause you a bunch of grief later on. So we'll get that out of the way. I'm going to be thoroughly cleaning all this. How much of that makes it on camera, I don't really know. Alright, so that's soldered onto the board. This thing is actually in pretty decent shape. The reason I'm tearing it completely down to clean, though, I will just tell you, it smells like cigarettes bad. I don't even know if I should have said that word, but it does. And there is hair. Looks like pet hair, which I love animals, but the pet hair has to go. Alright. Alright, guys. And girls. Or possibly girls. I don't know. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying. If you get that reference. There. Let's go there. Here we go. Hopefully I'm not breaking this thing. I mean, I don't think so. And if I am positive there would be an iFixit guide for me to put this thing back together if I somehow forget how it goes or whatever. But I think it's going to be fine. All right. There we go. Get the board off of that. All right, the board looks surprisingly really, really good. Okay, so if I'm gonna get right down into it, I will probably fast forward this part so y'all aren't just watching for 30 minutes. And what we're gonna use to clean is some 91% ISP. And that's basically it. You know, some people use like magic erasers, things like that. And we might go that route too if it's something that's bad. And I think that the abrasions that the magic eraser would make would justify would look better than, you know, what's currently on it. So. Alright, I'm going to get right down to it. Like I said, I'll probably fast forward through this, so you might not even be hearing what I'm saying right now. Yeah, that smells like a straight up not good thing you breathe. I'm not going to use the word again. I don't know if you're supposed to on here or not. So, yeah. That's rough. I don't know if that comes through how gross that is or not, but it's pretty bad. Some people soak these. I'm not doing it. I could, but I'd rather just clean it myself. It's so nasty. Ugh. little bit of a toothbrush here. Sometimes to get up in there like that. Get a little rub there and then just break it up. I'm having a lot of trouble getting that out of that corner. I'm not going to leave it either. There we go. We got it. Absolutely got it. So now I just need to get all the rest nice and clean. I guess I'm using cheap cotton swabs because they are collapsing pretty quickly. Have to hit that with a toothbrush right there. The best way to get up in those things right there is a toothbrush. It'll get all the way up in there. Nice stiff bristle brush. Break out some of that loose stuff. Save you a good bit of time. Okay. This thing's cleaning up pretty good. It's not the best, but it's working out not too bad. Got a little bit going on over here in the corner now. It's night and day different. So much better. Okay. Now we can get on to the rest. Looks so bad. We're getting it. Yep. I just need that smell to go. I can't bring this into my house. Let it smell like that. It'll just gag me. I'm not good with the smell of cigarettes and mustiness. It won't really gag me, but you know. I just don't like that smell. Alright, so inside of this shell is in great shape now. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the inside of the top shell. So I'm going to get down to it and see where we can get. We will use... There we go. Alright. Oh, that's a big clump of dust over there. Do I need to take this mechanism out? Don't see the benefit of it. Maybe I should. Probably will, actually. Let's go ahead and do that. Pop that button on out. Clean the button. Have nice, smooth button presses then. Okay. We got perfect. Alright, the door mechanism is going to stay on. I don't see any benefit to me messing with that because it looks to be in good shape. I am going to clean it up though. But I don't think me taking this off and potentially damaging it is a good play. What's that? Oh yeah, that's the... This is what tells the system that it's closed. I better make sure that's good to go. A lot of times that's what's the problem on these systems that won't read games. This nub gets broken. I've seen a lot of videos of people solving that issue there. It's pretty crazy. PS1's a pretty tough system, you know. It's kind of like a tank. It's no Super Nintendo. That is the ultimate tank of a system there. We will be going through one of those real soon. It's high on my list, but I'm trying to, trying to do this on like a cool budget. You know, there's no fun. It's no fun buying like, I don't know, excellent shape systems. I want to buy the gross ones and the broken ones and fix them and clean them. This is pretty stuck on. Somebody has spilled something down this, or that's cockroach mess, one or the other. I'm hoping somebody spilled something in it. Alright, so I'm getting close in here, you know. This one's not in the same terrible shape as the other. I'm trying to leave this intact as well. Oh, it is in really rough shape, but we're getting it. Alright, I'm going to scrub this off camera. I'll be back shortly. Alright, it's time to clean the, tell you what, I'm going to clean the buttons. I'm going to clean the buttonholes out real quick. That way I can put the buttons back on and seal this back. Make sure we have nice, clean button presses. Phew. Shouldn't be too difficult. Then we'll get the top of this thing. Yeah, this hole over here looks a little rougher. Just knock out the reset button over there. Alright. This is pretty dirty inside here. So before I even do that, I'm gonna get this in here cleaned out real good. Oh, that's gross. Oh yeah. Much better now. Not all of it though. We're gonna get to this stuff. Yeah, it's pretty bad over here. Man. This poor console has been through the ringer. If anybody's still with me, I appreciate it. I promise quality will get better. I have other channels that have done okay in the past. This is just, you know, something I'm passionate about. And just wanted to share it. So even if it doesn't go anywhere, that's okay. Not really the end of the world. Okay. I think one more good wipe down in there and that'll be good to go. Alright, I already cleaned the lid. Now let's hit these corners. All right. Look at the edges and the top of these buttons too. Okay. Clean the buttons themselves. Okay. Perfect. Okay. All right, now let's put the buttons back. I feel like The open button didn't have any kind of spring. Alright, now we've got the power button, which I gotta get on there to keep this. There we go. And the reset button. I cannot wait to clean this shell off. Alright, now I get to figure out how this goes. Okay. Awesome. Well, that worked out really good, actually. Okay. I have a GameCube that's going to be on the slate to be repaired. It needs to be cleaned really good too. It doesn't read discs, so I'm going to show you guys a trick to make it read discs again. It seems to work really well. Alright, time to clean this top part. I'm going to go over it first with a paper towel and some ISP. And then we'll start working on the board and cleaning up the board. So it's going to be a pretty long video, even with fast forwards. It's going to be pretty long. So I don't really expect everybody to watch it all, but I'll get better with the timing and seeing what works with certain videos, and what we should and shouldn't fast forward. So yeah, that's disgusting. This is all nicotine, I think. So I do want to order that port door. I wonder if I can order an original and not a 3D printed one. Kind of bothers me that it doesn't have it. But full disclosure, I paid $40 for the system in the box. So I'm not going to complain. That was a fantastic deal for where I live. Now where you live, you might be able to find these for, you know, $10 still, like you could for the longest time. You know, one of these untested used to sell for $5-10. So yeah, but you know, the used retro video games have kind of exploded again over the past few years, and that's just the reality of it. Okay, so I got to get down in these little cracks. Little tip that I use is my little one of my little Pro Tools from my tool set here, that, and just a small piece of paper towel. So I dip the paper towel in the ISP that I'm using to clean, and by ISP I mean isopropyl alcohol. I don't know if I've already said that or not. I use 91%. I would love to find higher than 91, but unfortunately in my area you just can't. We don't have any electronic stores or anything like that. Nowhere to buy contact cleaners or anything like that. So I just end up using ISP, and it works out fine. You just have to wait a couple extra seconds for it to dry. But it's usually pretty fast. And there we go. Clean down inside those things. Alright, now around the outside of this lid that I've not gotten yet either. Okay. Alright. Pretty happy so far with how this looks. I'm going to give this a little bit more of a thorough cleaning and I'll be right back. Alright, well there's been a significant amount of time from when I paused to when I came back. So, I think I'm going to finish touching this up, cleaning this up, and then we'll get on to the rest of the stuff, okay? Alright, get this thing is all nice and spiffed up. Okay. Now I'm going to do the bottom side of this. Let's do a quick wipe down, and then I'll do the rest. Again, I'll pause and do the rest. Nobody wants to see how much nasty's coming off of it. I'll be back to let you see the progress here in a minute. Alright, we're spick and span. This thing is now spotless as far as the shell goes. So now I'm going to clean these items. Very, very good. And I'll come back to you when it's time for the board and then reassembly. This thing is in weird shape. I'm not really quite sure what's going on here, but I'm going to try to clean that up and see if we can get that looking better. I guess that's nicotine on there, I'm not sure, but it's gross. Alright, we're getting there. We are getting somewhere on this. Let's see if you can see it drying. Yeah, check that out. Oh, it just looks neat as it dries. Still a little damp, so we'll wipe it dry with another paper towel. And that's looks great. Looks perfect. Okay, time to clean this laser. So that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna wet a cotton swab, dry it off, and we get down here and we rub that laser, circular motion, for about 5 to 10 seconds, getting off all the gross. Let me rub it to dry it. Okay. So I think the motor, all that looks like it's in actually pretty good shape. So we'll clean this up a little. Oh, it's so gross. Just think about this. This is the electronics you buy when you buy secondhand electronics. If they smoke, it's just everywhere in it. Just everywhere. Including that laser. So hopefully it didn't burn up and it actually works. I will say a lot of times if you buy something that's, like it's a little suspicious that comes with the box, but nothing else. People are keeping the box but not the cords. It seems kind of strange, but maybe they've got a PlayStation 2 that they need the cords for. Who knows? I don't know. But those are just my thoughts. Let's clean off the power supply here. I'm going to be real careful with this. I don't want to mess this up. So I'm really just going to brush it. And then I'll clean that real good with some ISP. But it looks pretty good overall. And I'm going to clean these out really, really good. And then it'll be time to clean the board. But first I'm gonna brush it real well. Alright, I'll be back with you. I'm going to clean this up. Okay, it is time for reassembly and then testing. So we're going to see what we can come up with here. Get this thing put back together. Let's see if I can remember how this goes. Without too much of a problem. Goes there, and then this. Alright, that goes there. Okay. Alright, so one that goes here. One that goes here. And then two go over here. Now we'll put the power supply back in. Two screws for it go in the back, I believe. Yep. Luckily there's arrows. Okay. So I am clearly not, a professional when it comes to this type of thing. Alright. Now here comes this part. And it goes right there, I believe. Alright, now we're going to torque this thing down where it goes. Looks like the screws have to hold it down so it doesn't want to stay flat. That's good. Nope. I thought that was a screw hole. I'm glad that it didn't let me start it. And there's one that goes right there. Okay. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about the weird transition there. I just spent 30 minutes looking for a screw. And it turns out it was right in front of my face the whole time. So, but we are in business now. Now I've got to remember how to connect this. Pretty sure it's going to be easy. I'm worried about the laser a little. This is easy. You know, lemon squeezy, all that stuff, right? Alright. Time to put the controller port back on. You guys ever done that? Lose a screw, be convinced it's gone, and you've just overlooked it at every possible second you could have overlooked it, you overlooked it. It was, you know, just right there the whole time. That's what I just did. Okay. But thanks to, you know, filming and editing, you don't have to see that. Okay. There we go. Slide that in the best I can. And that goes in like that. Okay, so we're going to give the laser one final wipe down. Before I get this all back together. Just given how dirty everything else was, I just want to make sure we've got every chance for that to work. And if it doesn't, there will be a video in the future about replacing that with an SD card backup. So, alright, time to put the top on. Alright, we'll flip it back over. Don't want to scratch it up. Okay. Now how I'm going to transform this into a shorter video is beyond me right now. Hopefully when you guys see it, it's nice and compacted. We might do a stripped down short version and then a full version. You know, you can decide which one to watch, if anybody even watches. These will get better as they go, you know. But if you want to see lots and lots of these different systems, controllers, etc., you know, this is where to be if you want to get in on the, you know, the ground level, watch somebody learn as they go, you know, basic, complete amateur. That's me. Alright, so there we go. Alright, now it's time to test. Okay, here we go. Here's our test game. It's going to be Tony Hawk's, whoops. It's going to be Tony Hawk's Pro Skater. I don't even know for sure that the game works. Now we have a green light. We got power to the console. Hopefully we get on over to the Tony Hawk here in just a second. Oh yeah! Look at that. Works like a charm. No struggle whatsoever. Oh, that is exciting news right there. Alright. Well, folks, that's it. Before I get a copyright there, we're going to go back to this. But hey, that's all. Look out for another video where we tear down this controller and clean it, because it is pretty gross as well. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.